Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Cupid Parasite, and we are just starting full on into Ryuki's route. Obviously, we started Ryuki's route in the last part, but we skipped through, the common route and only did the few little different to Ryuki parts. And now we're getting into the actual meat of the story. So, yeah. And I just realized I don't know why it looked. Obviously, maybe it's because we're going into a flashback, but it looked zoomed in and cropped, and it's really weird. And it's I don't know if that's the way it was, but I don't know if it's supposed to look this way. Doesn't it look weird? I don't. Maybe it's supposed to be this way. Anyway, Grandma, why are you using different colored thread? What's that, Ryuki? Does this yarn look different to you than before? Huh? Well, this one is gray, but that one there is purple. So why did you switch colors? I'm surprised you can tell the difference. Most designers would not hesitate to say they were both gray. It would seem you're able to discern the true nature of colors. Oh, we're the special. Well, Ryuki is. Come to think of it, I remember you mentioning how certain words in your picture book look blue or red. I have a book like that, but it's supposed to be like that. And it's fucking weird. Okay, side note, House of Leaves. Amazing book. Takes a lot to get into it, and it can be boring as fuck for like the first half of it. Not gonna lie. But as you read it, it gets crazier and weirder, and it literally makes you feel like you're going insane as all the characters are going insane. It's actually pretty genius. Um but it is one of those books that like the first time you read it, you have this memory, and then the second or third time you try to read, and you're like, you just can't get past it because like it is very boring in the beginning, and it's written in this weird way, um, where it's based on like it's layers. There's a guy who is hearing the story, like who meets this other dude, right? And the other dude was like doing a research documentary on this film, like a documentary film. And then so guy A is now reading the guy's like dissertation basically, or like whatever. And the book has footnotes. There are footnotes in this, but they're not real. They do, but they are written like legit fucking footnotes. Where like you would write a research paper, and it is like that's above and beyond. And then so then your character A reading the manuscript of character B as he's watching this film of character C's house, and then you get even, and then your character C, and so there's like layers, and you're all these people, and it's all and it's just, and it's like basically there's a photographer who moves into this house with his family, and like he's got his own, they've got all their own fucking problems, but the house is like fucking weird. Like it's not like it's haunted, but it's haunted. Like all of a sudden there's a door and there's a long ass hallway, but when you go outside the house, the hallway's not there, and then there's just rooms, and it's like it's basically like his descent into madness, and you feel like you're going crazy because there's points where it's like the guy's walking through the hallway and it's getting narrower and narrower, and literally the words on the page are getting smaller and smaller and smaller blocks until it's literally just a tiny little square on the page. Or there's a point where it's talking about him going around in circles, and the text in the book actually goes around in circles. You can't read it on a Kindle. You have to get a hard copy because nothing is weirder than if you were sitting in a public place and then you have to turn the book in circles to read the text because it's printed in a fucking spiral. It's insane. It's the fucking craziest goddamn thing, but it's fucking amazing. And I got it. Like, do you remember 800 years ago where they had those like book or CD club things where it's like, oh, we'll give it a thing, and then you like get 4 CDs for like, and then you buy whichever one. It was weird. I don't know why I did one of those book things like in college, like 100 years ago. And then I got this book. I think I only got it for a couple bucks or whatever. And then like, because it would be like, oh, you can pick books or they'll send books to you and then you send them back. I'm like, that was weird. Like, it was like one of the earliest subscription services, but and I just got the book from there, and I was like, okay, whatever. And oh my fucking god, I've never looked at that book. Is fucking insanity. Um, I forget the guy's name. I forget his first name. Why do I want to say it's not Dan? I thought Danieluski or something like that was his last name. I forget. But anyway, if you've ever heard of the singer Poe, it's her brother. And her CD Haunted is actually songs written inspired by his fucking book. And I had her CD because I knew of her before. And then I got this book, and then I was reading the back of her CD one day, and I was like, oh my fucking God. And it was just the weirdest thing. Anyway, it's a good book. But it's also like, it's really tedious to get into. It takes a lot to read through the beginning because it's kind of boring and nothing really happens, and all the footnotes and everything. But like once you kind of get into it and the crazy shit starts happening, it's like a fucking trip and a half, and you don't need to be high. You're going to feel like you're high. It's fucking crazy. But anyway, that reminded me of this because in some of the editions, certain words were in blue. In another edition, a different word, I think that word house was in red. No, house was in blue. Minotaur was in red. And the strike throughs were actually, I think, in a color. And there was a version where all three of those things were like that. So there's like 4 different first run or second run versions where like certain words, and I'm pretty sure mine, I think house might be in blue. I think that might be the one I don't remember, but it's really fucking weird because you're like, wait, what? So certain words are certain colors, and it's just weird. So anyway, there you go. That was my like 10-minute rant on that fucking book because I will tell fucking everybody about it. I don't think I've read that book in like 15 fucking years. I mean, it's old. Okay, this book is like early 2000s. Like, swear to God, this book is like 20 years old, but it is still one of those things that you're like, I think I read it through fully once, but I will never fucking get rid of it because that book is a trip and a motherfucking half. Like, it is just, what the fuck? It's an experience. Once you get through, like, the first half of it, that's boring as shit. I'm not gonna lie. But, like, I've tried to read it again, but you can never do it. It takes a lot, but you have to read a hard copy. You can't read it on a Kindle because, like, you're gonna turn your Kindle around. You can probably just spit. Like, it's not the same. Especially if you're going to read it in public, because you got to look like the crazy person who's like reading 2 words and flipping a page because that's just the way the text is going. And then everyone's like, what the hell's happening? Like, it's just an experience to have as a coffee table book because then people like pick it up and they're flipping through like, the fuck is happening? Exactly. What the fuck is happening? Anyway. I could talk about that book for days, and I don't even remember the full story. Like, the story of the photographer in the crazy house, and then the guy who was writing about the documentary on the fair, and then he ends up dead. Spoiler alert! I mean, he dies in the very beginning, and then the guy that was like his neighbor or something finds it, and then it's just like all of them descend into madness together, and then you're reading about the guy who's reading about the guy who watched the video about the guy, and everybody's going crazy. I'm not sure if I'm doing the best job selling this book or the worst job, but either way, it's a trip and a half. Anyway, so there you go. So maybe Ryuki was reading House of Leaves, okay? And that's why and he's like, they were, Grandma, what the fuck? I'm not crazy. He should not have been reading that, though. Oh, yeah, that's one of my favorite books, and so many of the words are red. The truth is, all of the words in that book of yours are black. Ryuki, I believe you have synesthesia. Grandma? I'd like you to join me at my atelier starting tomorrow. I'll teach you everything you need to know about being a designer. I think I forgot the words, the voices I used for them in the 10 minutes while talking about House of Leaves. Very good. Then we'll move forward with our standard plan. I'll draw up the contract right away. Okay, so it was just the flashback that had the weird... I just tripped me out. Thank you. I'm so excited. Great. Just leave everything to me. Parasite House is finished, and I'm back to my usual duties. I spent all day signing up new members and preparing to help them find true love. The music is really loud to me. It's probably not to you. You can't hear a damn thing. It's like if I turn it up louder, then it's loud, and then we get flagged for copyright sometimes. But if I turn it down low, you can't hear shit. It's like, there's just no win situation for me here. Phew. If everything goes well, I could have 3 new marriage proposals on the horizon. Parasite 5 canceled their membership, so a promotion's out of the picture. But if I work hard, I'm sure I'll get another chance. Gee! When I got back to my desk, Chi was flapping around in the air. After a moment, he came to rest on my shoulder. I grabbed him and started pushing him into my shoulder to give myself a nice massage. Poor fucking... We're so abusive to this thing. Gee! In his struggle to get loose, he unleashed a jolt of energy that helped relax my muscles. It's so funny. She grabs him and jams him into her shoulder, and he's like, ah! Let me go, bitch! Me, every time I try to get pin feathers off my bird and I have to grab him, he hates it. They just bother me. I just want to help him. Ah, that feels so nice. This makes me feel like I really am back. I didn't really have any time to give him proper attention while I was at Parasite House. I don't think this is proper attention. I don't think he likes it. It'd be so funny if this is actually just another version of Jupiter. Oh my god. Please, Lord, I would laugh my ass off. Parasite House. Parasite 5. Out of curiosity, I glanced at the profile sheets for the Parasite 5 again. Cupid Core's most frustrating members. The Lovelorn Parasite, the Prestige Parasite, the Obsessed Parasite, the Thieving Parasite, and of course, Ryuki Keisain, the Glamour Parasite. Okay. He was the one I really wanted to teach the meaning of love to. I bet you do! Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah, no, you haven't gotten there yet? Okay, never mind, girl. He wouldn't recognize it if it was standing right in front of him. Yeah, he will eventually. It's fine. Of course, maybe if a truly perfect woman appeared before him, that might be enough to convince him. After all, he judges everything by their visual appeal, so that could be totally possible. When it comes to love style typology, he's definitely Eros. Love is all about physical attraction for him. But I just wish he could learn what actual true love is all about. Well, I mean, look, you can teach someone who's like, I'm all into looks. Oh, but I fell in love with someone even though they didn't have looks. But Ryuki can't see them physically, so, that's going to be hard. We've all seen this love story play out on the Hallmark Channel, what? Oh, she's such a peasant. Ha ha ha. But I'm actually in love with her. You know how that would go. You can write the story in your head. You've seen, if you've seen one Hallmark Christmas movie, you've seen every Hallmark movie ever made, so you know how this would work out if you took man who only likes beautiful things, girl who is plain, who actually is goddamn amazingly gorgeous by most normal people's standards, but in Hollywood standards, she's plain because she has glasses and a ponytail. Okay, whatever. We're all fucking jealous, and if that's plain, no wonder nobody notices me, because... apparently I'm invisible, whatever. But then he falls in love with her for who she is and then realizes she's actually beautiful to him, and that's exactly how the story would go. However, that man in that movie can see this girl. He just thinks she's plain. Okay, because she hasn't taken off her glasses and taken her hair out of her ponytail. Okay, so he's just she's plain and boring. Ryuki would be like, who? He'd be like, there's a room full of women. What? I see no one here! Because, so he's got problems that I don't think we could fix. So, I don't know. We could teach him the meaning of true love, but we gotta find a beautiful fucking goddess of... Oh, hey, wait, we are one. Never mind. Anyway. If people aren't interested in love or just don't understand it, that's fine. But in the end, I'm Cupid, the goddess of love. Goddess, right, you're a goddess, a literal goddess. He should actually find you more attractive than he does. I just want people to know the joy and happiness that comes from love, and to embrace it fully. I want to prove that anyone can find true love without having to rely on the gods, and show Dad just how wrong he is. But now that Ryuki has left the company, I'm not exactly in a position to give him any more advice. Ugh, how annoying. Although technically, are you really doing anything different than what your father said? You're like, humans can find love on their own! See, I helped them! But you're a goddess, and you're the one that fell in love with, and they fell in love with you. So does that really count? Shh, semantics, but I'm just saying. I'm not sure if it really counts. But I need to get ready for my next appointment. I placed the profile sheets back into the folder and adjusted my focus back to the work at hand. It's my job to help the people who are actually looking for help, who have come to me to find love and get married. As I was lost in thought, I received an email from Ryuki. It was a report that two of my clients, Bob and Jesse, were going to get married. Congratulations on the big news!
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. And we never even would have met if it weren't for you.
True, big kudos to you, Madam Advisor. Without you, I can't imagine ever finding someone as amazing as Jessie.
Maybe because your last name is Dullen. Kind of dull, Bob. I never could have met anyone as amazing as Jessie. Should have made him really boring, but whatever. I'm very honored to hear you say that. Seeing members I've spent so much time with find the perfect partner and sharing in their job makes all my... And sharing in their joy. I was like, what? Okay, I can't read. Sharing in their joy makes all my effort worthwhile. I could never have figured out what love meant without you. You showed me that it's what's on the inside that matters.
Huh, you could say that again. I remember how much trouble I caused you when I first joined with all my super specific requests.
Oh no, Bob just sounds like an asshole now.
Like, I remember saying how I could never love someone who didn't appreciate the designs of Spacey as much as me.
Oh, look. I mean, you saw where this was going, right? Oh, look, it's about what's on the inside. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, all I knew, you knew this was all going to be like, if I can do that for them, I can do it for Ryuki. Spacey is a fashion. It's actually, I don't know how to pronounce the fashion name, but whatever. It's a fashion brand originally created by Ryuki's own grandmother, who's a very successful designer. I remember his preference very well, since that caused all kinds of trouble on every date I sent him on. That's all he would ever talk about. He'd even bring a catalog along with him, asking his dates to wear this or that. That sounds like the date we went on with Ryuki. Don't you scream like that! But after countless conversations and plenty of polite but firm advice, he finally decided to reconsider his way of thinking. Hey, hi! What the fuck? Why are you shrieking? Hey, could you not shriek like a jerk? Especially not making that ugly noise. You've been making that fucking ugly noise all goddamn day. I'm just gonna stare at I'm just staring at him. I don't know. Well, there's a part of me that wants to threaten you. I'll beat it out of you, but I would never do that. I'ma hug it out of you. I'm gonna go over there and hug you. You don't like that. He's like, don't touch me. I'm not going over there, but like, what? Hi. What? You are like the fucking obnoxious little bird. You just want me to stare at you while fucking, oh, good fucking Lord. Anyway. It's okay to be passionate. You can't force your passion onto others. Everyone has their own values and interests. But that's what Ryuki did on her anyway. If you're willing to ease up on your own passions a bit, you open up options and get more chances to develop deeper bonds. Ultimately, he found his true love. And as Cupid, there's no greater joy for me than seeing two people in love getting married. Now then, let me tell you a little bit about our wedding ceremony options. I was happily telling them about our wedding plans, which were a major reason we were so popular among the people of Lost York. And of course, we offer a special discount if you let us plan and manage the full wedding ceremony.
I have to admit these packages are much more affordable than some of the other wedding planners out there.
So you stop that! Don't think just because I was reading I didn't hear that ugly fucking noise. Don't you dare. You're a good boy, but you're a jerk. Stop doing that. Do not make that ugly fucking noise. I hate that. I hate it so fucking much. It's like a baby screaming. Ugh. And the wedding spaces and dresses are also cute. Plus, everyone we know lives pretty close to 7th Ave. Let's go with them.
Sounds good to me. So would we be able to see the space where the wedding will be held?
Of course. Let me introduce you to one of our wedding planners who can explain all the details for each of our packages. Oh, we'd really appreciate that. Oh, I just feel like they have yuppie laughs. I don't know. I found an available planner to help them out, then made my way back to my desk. Great. From your first encounter to your final vows, just like our slogan promises. And once their wedding is finished, my mission is complete. I heard the meeting room door open and looked over to see the couple and their planner coming out. And now let me show you where you'll actually say your vows. Fantastic! And then I'll take you down to our seamstress on the first floor. The actual consultation is by appointment only, but it's fine for now.
Wouldn't it be a total miracle if they had a Keisai Inn tuxedo here?
Bob and Jessie were clearly lost in their shared fantasy as they made their way onto the elevator. I happen to know Ryuki, so after watching them go, I turned towards my PC. As far as I know, we actually don't have any Keisai Inn tuxedos. I mean, because it's Keisai-in, but it's Keisai Inn. It's in. style. I'm guessing. I don't know. Bob really is a hardcore Case-I-In fan. I don't know how to say it. It's just, if possible, I'd love to get him that tuxedo to wear at his big day. I wonder if I can place an order. I decided to see if I could find any options online. After a bit of searching, I discovered that Case-I-In didn't actually make tuxedos. I see. I guess that's what Bob meant when he said it would be a miracle if we had one. Ah, because they don't make them, dude! Unrealistic expectations, Bob! Bring it down! Suddenly, the phone on my desk started to ring. The display listed it as an internal company extension. Yes, this is Miss Mirror. I'm sorry to bother you. I'm afraid I have a rather difficult request for you. It was the same wedding planner I'd just given Bob and Jessie's wedding to. A difficult request? Well, it seems that Bob is quite adamant about having a Case-I-In tuxedo for his wedding. I'd be like, yeah, I was just looking it up. They don't make them. But that doesn't actually exist. I tried to explain we had no way of getting something like that, but he refuses to let it go. Dude, sir, we'd be more than happy to order one for you. Would you like to look at their website? They don't make them. Uh-huh. How the fuck do you expect me to get it, Bob? God, Bob. You know what? I'm taking Jessie away. That's it. You don't get to keep Jessie. Your expectations are just get out of here, Bob. What an ass. God damn it, Bob. You know the Case-I-In designer's grandson, don't you? You can't. What? Yeah. Hi, Ryuki. Could you get your grandma to make a tux for this unrealistic douche? Sure, sounds good. All right. Yeah, Bob. You don't just get to get whatever the fuck you want. It's not how life works. How old are you? 10? Jesus, Bob. Grow up. Huh? Well, sort of, I guess. I mean, seriously? Seriously, Bob? Seriously? Jesus. This is just to get us to talk to Ryuki, and that's how they... But still, it just makes Bob look like a big-ass dick, doesn't it? You were part of Parasite House, right? It turns out that he saw you on the show, and... She explained what he had in mind. He assumes I can get in touch with Ryuki and wants me to ask him if there's any chance of making a Case-I-In tuxedo. And he says that if they really have no plan of ever making a tuxedo, he'll drop the whole thing. I know I'm asking for a lot, but I get the sense that he simply won't be happy in any other tuxedo. Ryuki makes tuxes. Look at the one he made himself. I'm sure you're right about that. Well, let me see what I can do. I had a feeling that talking to Ryuki wouldn't do much good, but I have to do everything I can for our members. Yeah, but going and... Excuse me, designer. I know you don't actually make, like, men's clothing, but would you make men's clothing for this one dude? No? Oh, that sucks. I mean, his grandmother does, but I'm just saying. You don't make tuxedos, but this guy wants you to make a tuxedo? What? You won't? And I'm being unrealistic and asking? Yeah, I'm aware. Could you put that in writing so I can give this to Bob? With his fucking unrealistic expectations? Fucking Bob. Don't be a Bob, okay? Don't be a Bob. Don't just expect that everyone's gonna bow to you just because you want something. That's not how it works. God damn it, Bob! After all, there's nothing more gratifying than seeing the joy on their faces on their wedding day. Oh yeah, but we're gonna get a tux for him, and then Bob's gonna think he can just get whatever the fuck he wants just by demanding it. Yeah, that's real. Because real good. Teach him that. Good job. Seriously, though. To be safe, I asked my supervisor if I could contact someone who'd left the company. He said it was okay this one time. Okay, let me send him a message really quick. I decided to lead off with a casual message, then ease my way into the main subject. Hey, Ryuki, what's up? So, I'm just... You know, how about that weather, man? You'd watch sports ball? Fashion, colors, things. Anyway, so... Oh, that was quick. Wait, he didn't actually reply to my casual message. He just... Oh, perfect timing. Come to Lost York Park right now. We were like, hey, He's like, get over here. Right now? For some reason, he just said he'd like to meet up with me out of nowhere. He didn't even read. He was just like... Interesting. But this could be my chance to ask him if they were ever planning on making a tuxedo, so... I quickly sent back a reply and mentally prepared myself to see him again. He missed my face a bit, myself. We decided to meet at Lost York Park. I spotted him in the distance. Ryuki, in the flesh, decked out in some stylish sportswear. Do we get to see stylish sportswear? Does he have a whole other outfit? Long time no see, Ryuki. So, what's with the sporty look? Yeah, okay. This just looks standard. I kind of feel like this is like, oh, you know, like if you were gonna, it's the clips in the hair though. That's a little added bonus. And he's got his hair in a teeny tiny little ponytail. It's so cute. But like this looks like standard, like, oh, you're gonna get like exercise or top where but it's got some fun colors and stuff on it just to make it look a little bit snazzier. So it's not over the top and out there. I still like it, but I'm just saying. It's a new prototype I'm working on. A full yoga outfit. Here, put this on. Huh? Me? I received a special order for a men's yoga outfit to match that. Now stop stalling and put it on. Huh? He tossed me some clothes, then shoved me toward a tent that he must have set up himself as an impromptu changing room. I had no idea what was going on, but I decided to just go with it and put it on. So he was like, I need a woman. And then all of a sudden he gets a message from me. He's like, perfect, she works, I guess. What do you think? I see. What's he mean, I see? I figured he'd just hit me with another jab if I reacted, so I decided to just keep quiet. At least he was willing to talk to me and acknowledge my existence, which meant he didn't think I was completely hideous. Bonus! But his outfit doesn't seem like it matches mine at all. In fact, they seem like polar opposites. He's gonna need to make some major adjustments if he wants them to match. Not that I'd ever be stupid enough to share my opinion with the world-famous Ryuki. I'm sure he has his own ideas and plans in mind. But he must have noticed me silently comparing our clothes, since I heard him let out a heavy sigh. Anyway, let's go over there. He pointed toward a group of women wearing a variety of yoga clothes. They hold regular outdoor yoga sessions here. I've already enrolled you for today's session. You want me to do yoga? That's correct. I've never made yoga clothes before, so I need to see how they move in action. Unbelievable. It said that this was a good singles event and guys were more than welcome, but there's not a single man here. You're like, there's 10 men. I wonder if he was too embarrassed to join by himself. That's so cute. Ryuki quickly turned away from me, but not before I noticed him starting to blush. He could have just told me he wanted someone to come with him. But I guess he's not really good at asking people for favors. I was like, I just don't want him eyeballing me while I'm doing yoga because I just feel like it's not going to look sexy. And just, it's going to look weird. And just certain poses are going to look just bizarre. And like, but he's going to be eyeballing every inch of me while he's trying to see how the clothes move. And it's just going to be uncomfortable for both of us. Me especially. So he found out there wouldn't be any other guys here and decided he needed a girl to join him so it didn't look weird. Which would explain why he responded to my message so fast, but why he had yoga clothes for you is also working on a special order. I thought he only worked on what he wanted to work on, but I guess that's not always true. I'm still amazed how successful he's been as a designer at just 19 years old. I stole another look at his outfit and he responded with his trademark scornful look. What? Oh, I was just thinking about how incredible it is that you're already such a good designer. It's no big deal. Anyone can be a designer. Anyway, what's going on with you? That's true. Anyone can design their own clothes. It just doesn't mean everybody's going to like it. Or people are going to be like, oh, so whatever, and then pay you to make things. Or, you know, oh my god, I got this white t-shirt. It's Tommy Hilfiger. I paid like $700 for it. It's a white fucking t-shirt, asshole. You know, like... We're going to have a brand where you're like, I make jeans. Everybody makes jeans. You're not special. But, like, they've got a name on them, so we paid a lot of money for them. But they look stupid. But it's okay, because they spent a lot of money on them. Sometimes being a designer is not, I'm just saying. Some things are like, that's really nice. And other things you're like, that is ugly as fuck. Why am I paying for this? I'm not, personally, but, like, I don't know. I feel like what Ryuki's wearing now is like kind of basic. So like, okay, if you were looking for gym clothes, great. But it'd be like, this is like $800 because Ryuki designed it. And you're like, I could get that for like 30 at Walmart. I'm just saying. And it'll look almost exactly the same. It just doesn't have his name on it. So it's, yeah. The quality's, I bet it's not. I bet it's not. I bet it's basically the same. You ain't special. I'm just saying. We like what we like, but I'm just saying. You know, $700 for a white t-shirt's kind of fucking insane. Anyone can be a designer. But again, like, doesn't mean everyone's gonna pay $700 for your white t-shirt. Huh? I tilted my head in confusion when he suddenly hit me with some kind of spray. Of course he did. What the? Your skin is dried out. Your hair is a mess. Have you already forgotten everything I taught you? Yes? And you're slouching. Probably from sitting at that desk all day. A bit of yoga might help straighten you out. Meanwhile, me, like, hunched over on my bouncy ball. I am stretching my back out as I do this, though, because my back is tense. He still refused to hold back anything. Ryuki's the glamour parasite. Looks mean everything to him, so he's dead honest when it comes to outward appearance. If only he wasn't so blunt about it. And then again, I guess it's better to know what he's thinking than not. Maybe that kind of brutal honesty is a kind of blessing in disguise. Or maybe not. Let's go. Ryuki took my hand and dragged me toward the yoga gathering. I grabbed a spare yoga mat and found an open area to start getting ready. Before long, the event began. I'm going to guess his is the lime one and mine's the pink one. Of course, his yoga mat would match his outfit. Okay, everyone, take a deep breath and stretch yourself way out. This is called the sun salutation and helps you relax. That one's actually fun. I don't know. Wow, this actually feels really good. So this is what yoga is all about. I looked over and saw Ryuki doing the pose with a stone-cold serious look on his face. When we lived together, he would always stretch before bed, but I guess that's not the same thing as proper yoga. He was looking himself over to see how the yoga outfit moved along with his pose. The fabric here stretches a bit too thin. I'll need to use something with more elasticity. He's so serious about seeing exactly how the clothes react. Ryuki followed the instructor's orders to the letter and took detailed notes with each movement. I mean, here's the thing. If you're going to spend a lot of money on fucking yoga clothes because they're a brand name designer, yeah, I expect the designer to do this shit. Do you think they do? I doubt it. But, like, I'm just saying he's like, we're going to do this. And he's, like, perfected the perfect... Okay. I mean, then yeah. But, like, a lot of designers and brands and shit don't do shit like this. So, like, you know. Suddenly, he put his notepad down. Apparently, he had all the information needed and was ready to focus on the yoga itself. I've done Pilates before, but it seems like yoga's better for people who want to tone themselves. A rare observation from the glamour parasite. I stared at him and he suddenly turned his attention to me. Huh, what now? His eyes peering directly at me started to make me nervous. I could feel my heart starting to race. But it wasn't a romantic thing, more like fear of him laying into me again. Am I doing the pose wrong? Or maybe it's my posture. The yoga instructor should be the one judging your posture and pose, and you're like worried about Ryuki. The yoga lady would just come over and be like trying to help you. I'm like, okay, just do this here. Okay, there you go. I just kept trying to do my best to follow the instructor's directions. Stand on one foot and stretch to the sky. I could never do it. Is it the tree pose where you like put your... I can't do it because I will fall over. My balance is really bad. But he just kept staring at me, observing every tiny movement. This is what we put on? Oh, my, Ryuki, hi. Your face is in my boobs. Why won't it... Okay, it wasn't... The CG is hilarious. She's like, your hand is also groping my boob. Wow. Oh, look, her neck. See, you only ever see the top part. You don't see how long it goes. Like, there's the arrow. I was like, okay. And the bow's down there. You never see the full thing. You can barely see it now because it's wedged between her boobs. But, you know, this is actually kind of... I love Ryuki, though. He's like, you don't even realize you're, like, an eyeball away from her boob. I mean, so that's what happens when they look down. I see. He was just watching me do the poses. Ryuki? Actually, it was like he didn't see me at all. He was focused completely on the yoga clothes. He was standing so close to me, staring intently at the seams with every movement I made. Yeah, and the seams happen to be on your... Okay. And trying to match this is going to be a nightmare. I never would have agreed if my grandmother hadn't introduced them herself. But now I understand. They added a bit of extra fabric here so that you could do this pose and have everything stay in place. Women's clothing is so different from the men's fashion I'm used to. I've never had much interest in yoga-related apparel, but this is much more fascinating than I realized. And all of a sudden, Ryuki became a real boy and became interested in boobs. I'll definitely have to rework my design. Let's see, maybe if I use organic cotton and... I'm glad he's so serious about his work, but... Raise your arm up. I think I'm supposed to be stretching out my leg for this pose? Just do it. Ryuki nonchalantly ordered me to change my pose over and over again. I wasn't doing yoga anymore. Now I was acting as his own living mannequin. It was like that game Clarice and I played back in college where you spun the arrow and had to place your hands and feet. Twister! Ugh. Huh. You're a lot more flexible than I would have guessed. And now then, try this pose. All of a sudden, Ryuki's getting sexy thoughts in the back. He's not there yet. Ryuki? I'm not sure it's a great idea to keep changing my pose like this. It's fine, it's fine. Your clothes are specifically designed for yoga after all. Sure, but that's not... The whole thing was super awkward, especially now that everyone else seemed to be staring at us. And Ryuki touching me all over the place was starting to get kind of ticklish, too. And everyone's like, it's turned into a weird sex show. But with how serious he was taking this whole thing, I didn't have the heart to just tell him to get away from me. Next, stretch out your legs and stare up to the sky. That includes our young couple over there. Huh? I looked around to find the young couple when I noticed the instructor was looking directly at us. Couple? Us? This is so embarrassing. Did you hear that, Ryuki? I need to change my position, so... Don't move a muscle. I need to see exactly how the seam is being stressed. Ryuki! Now, I think your girlfriend's ready to change positions. Huh? Girlfriend? That was enough to finally get Ryuki to respond to the instructor's voice. I know he's like touching her boob and then he's like, wait, what? Just because I'm grabbing her boobs and staring intently at her nipple area does not mean we're dating. He looked around and noticed everyone else staring at us. Suddenly his face turned bright red, and it actually is red in the CG. It's so cute. I love how just unaware he is. It's kind of funny. It's so cute. He must be really into his girlfriend. Look how red his face is. What a cutie. What? No, I'm not. This is stupid. I was just working. What? No, I wasn't. I was just working. Gets chipmunk voice when he gets nervous. Ryuki's face got even redder, and he quickly let go of my hand. He looked like he was about to turn around and sprint away. We should just finish the yoga poses. You still need to see how they all affect the outfit, right? I don't need you to tell me that. Of course we're gonna finish the poses. Okay then, everyone. Do what I do and just lie down flat on your back. Corpse pose, that's the best one. Ryuki frowned as he laid down on his own yoga mat to do as the instructor said. But it wasn't long before Ryuki was back up, ignoring the instructor and checking every inch of my outfit. He's waiting for other people to stop paying attention. So cute. So funny. The charm of Keisai Inn. Eventually, we finished the yoga session. I never noticed that the background of each chapter for the other guys was different. You know what I mean? Like, his is absolutely, like, when the title card comes up, it's different. Like, it's like a little garden or whatever. But, like, I don't remember Shelby and Gil's being different in the background like that. It's weird. Anyway, eventually we finished the yoga session. I changed right afterward, but Ryuki was still wearing his yoga outfit. I guess he really wanted to put it through its paces. Lots of folks in Lost York go shopping or eat after working out, so it's not strange to see people in sports clothes in public. So anyway, what did you want? I only have an hour before I need to get back to my boutique, so let's try and keep this quick. Ryuki gave me a long stare as he sipped on his espresso. I guess since I was willing to help him out for his yoga research, he was willing to listen to what I had to say. Well, for one thing, I just thought I should check and see how you were doing lately. There's no need to beat around the bush. You want to ask something about my grandmother's Case I In brand, don't you? He read my mind. Or he read the email. He knew exactly what I wanted to talk about. Maybe he's used to people coming to him to ask the same kind of thing. Well, 2 of our members just got engaged, and one of them is a hardcore Case I In fan. In fact, his one wish is to get married in an authentic Case I In tuxedo. He said he'd even be willing to push back the date if there were any plans to release one in the future. So, you wouldn't have to know if Case I In was planning to do anything like that, would you? Oh, no, my grandmother doesn't share her plans with me, and even if it was in the works, she could scrap it at any moment. Scrap it? Maybe due to fabric supply or distribution issues, or she just gets bored with it. She refuses to deliver less than perfection. I see. And since she lives in Japan, I only find out what she's up to when the media makes an announcement. That's right, I forgot the brand is based in Japan. It's easy to forget since it appears in Paris collections so much and is so popular here in Lost York. If she spends all her time working in Japan, it's only natural we wouldn't know what's going on. I guess asking Ryuki to ask his grandma might be a little too much. Even if he was willing to do it, it's hard for me to bring myself to ask. I always assumed Ryuki and his grandmother were close. But from the way he's describing things, I guess that's not the case. He used to talk about his grandma all the time, but I guess they have more of a professional relationship. Wow, I don't know why I couldn't say the word professional. Professional. True designers only make what they're passionate about. We don't make things just because someone asks us. I'm sure my grandmother would tell you the same thing. Really? But your yoga outfit... She told me to do it in order to learn from the experience. A top-class designer has to be able to make anything they want. I see.
Huh? Hey, it's Madam Advisor.
The door to the cafe and opened. Okay. And in walked Jesse and Bob, the very one who was hoping for a tuxedo from Case I In. Oh, hello there. Are you finished with your wedding arrangements? Yes, it's going to be the most wonderful wedding ever. I just know it. Well, that's because it's yours, so you should feel that way. So good. I'm very glad to hear that.
We've been so long on everything, we decided to stop by here to recharge before heading home. Wait, aren't you the one and only master designer Ryuki F. Keisain?
Who is this? This is Bob, the massive Case I In fan I was telling you about earlier, and his fiancée, Jessie. Hashtag 524E4D, and I don't have my phone. I forgot that Ryuki does this. I fucking forgot. Hold on, we gotta look up this color. All right, everybody, get your color charts. Shit, my freaking phone is stuck to my blanket. My phone is stuck to my blanket. I can't get it, guys. I can't get it free. Oh my god. I've got a cup charm. It's like a glass charm, but it's got like a hook that goes over the lip of the glass. It's constantly getting stuck on shit. But anyway. Okay, so let's look this up, everybody. I bet you already looked it up and you know when you're like, oh my god, this color is... Hold on, I gotta type in my phone. What is it? 524E4D. It'd be so much easier to type this into the computer. Oh, yeah, no, that's... I mean, it's a nice gray color, but it's very, you know... Man, at least we were like a pretty dark, plummy purple, grayish purple. That's just straight up gray. With it, to me, and maybe it's just because it's on my phone and it's a little dark in here right now. It's almost in the brown range. It's not even just gray. It's like it's got a hint of a brown, like a dark gray brown kind of color. It's fine as a neutral if you wanted to be like, oh, I need like a neutral pant or a vest or something. But like, I don't think I'd want to be that color. It makes me a little sad. So, okay. Huh? What color is it referring to now? I quietly looked up at the color. Oh. I quietly looked up the color, which turned out to be called Keishizumi Cinder? Keishizumi Cinder. Is that what it's actually called? I don't know. It doesn't tell me on my thing when I look up the color. Where is it? I want to see if that's the name. It is! I just scrolled down and I found it. Kishizumi Cinder Color. Oh, nice. That is a pretty awful name, if you ask me.
I saw you in Parasite House. You were so calm and cool. Just what I'd expect from the grandson of Norie Keisain.
Norie.
I swore years ago I'd only wear Keisain goods, so I haven't tried out anything from Ryuki yet, but I'm still a huge fan.
I love that, though. You're like, I will only wear stuff from this brand. Only? That's so boring. That's like being like, I only wear black. I mean, good for you if that's your thing, but like, color is fun. I don't know. I mean, I get it. It's easier to like match, but like, it's easier. Or like the people who are like, I only have a closet with like black and like black and then like blue and green because those are my colors. And it's like, that's so sad though. Like, that's all you I mean, granted, all your shit matches, and it's not like me where you're like, nothing matches! But I have every motherfucking color known to man, but nothing matches. But I just like having color. I don't know. I just don't think I could do just one color or just one brand. That would just be so sad. Like, I really like that, but it's not a brand, so. That I would wear. I can't wear that brand, because it's not my brand. The only one that I will wear. Like, although, I mean, honestly, if you're going to buy a name brand designer brand like Keisain, I'm assuming is really fucking expensive, so the 3 pieces you have, you're like, well, it'll last me forever because it's all I can afford, so. Yikes. This is not going well.
So, did you find out if Keisain has any plans to release a tuxedo?
Huh? Oh, well, no, they don't have anything planned as far as we know.
Oh, I see. That's too bad. I thought maybe there was a chance, but I guess that was just wishful thinking. Yeah, Bob, you don't always get what you want.
He turned and looked at Ryuki.
Oh, I know! Mr. Keisain, could you make a tuxedo for me?
Huh. But none of my designs are sold under the Keisain brand. I don't have any rights to the name, and I only make what I feel like anyway.
Oh, that's fine. Something made by anyone in the Keisain family would be wonderful.
What? I could practically feel the temperature in the cafe drop by 10 degrees. Uh-oh. So you don't care as long as it's got the Keisain name. So if Kagura... What's a Saluki? Made it, that would be fine too. What is that? Is that a... What is that?
Yeah, even Bob's like, Saluki?
Oh. It's a dog breed! Her name is Kagura! What kind of a dog breed is this? I've never... Look, I don't know much about dogs, okay? Hold on. It sounds like a mixed breed dog, you know what I mean? It looks like a greyhound. Slight hounds, dogs that hunt primarily by sight rather than scent. It's got long freaking that dog's probably taller than Ryuki. It does. It looks like a greyhound because they got long ass legs and like skinny little bodies and like long noses. But then these ones all have floofy ears. Look at your pretty floofy ears. They're so cute. Oh, stop it. They are. They got long ass fucking legs like a greyhound. Like, so they're like 8 feet tall. And then they got fluffy fucking ears. Like, that one has a floofy tail. That one's got a floofy tail. Well, some of them you can't see their tails, but like, oh my god. Oh my god, you're so fucking cute. Floofy tail. That one's got floofy curly tail. What? I love this. Oh my god. There is one on here. It's just like an off-white, like and like just the way it's sitting there with this. It's gonna look like bitch please with the fucking ear. I don't know. I just can't. Okay. All right. We gotta stop looking at the dog. Anyway. You say you love Keisain. That's rich coming from someone who has no clue how to dress himself. Your shirt-shoe color combination is hideous. And it's all way too tight. If you really like the brand, try losing some weight. Wow, Ryuki. Harsh. And your hairstyle doesn't match at all. You think just because it's in fashion it's right for you? What a joke. Keisain is a brand like no other. If you really want to wear it, you need to learn how to wear it, how to carry yourself. And that's how you never buy that brand again, if the designer's as much of a bitch. I would never allow you to wear my clothes and make you a custom tuxedo. Not on your life. Ryuki is a bit of a fucking bitch, isn't he? Wow. Ryuki stared hard at Bob as he stood up. I mean, I think Bob being like, anybody with your name would be perfect. I don't care, because I just blah, 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 blah. But it's like, so that was kind of douchey of Bob. But like, it's one thing to be like, oh my god, I love your grandmother's brand. Oh my god, your stuff is fabulous too. But like, I'm like, Bob is being a little pompous of a douche, but you know what I mean? Like, but doesn't mean Ryuki needs to be like, literally light him on fucking fire. Like, you could have just zapped his ass. You didn't need to light him on fire. Like, cheers. Jesus. Ryuki, you are more suited to some secondhand off-the-rack tuxedo. Never bought any of my clothes. You should be so lucky. Oh my god, and I love the fact that his pants are purple. Cute. And never bought any of my clothes. I think that's the insulting thing. He's like, oh, I've never purchased any of yours. I love your grandmother. But I mean, I guess if you could make it. You know what I mean? It does kind of come off a little bit more douchey. And I could see where you could be like, But the thing is, at the same time, like, you design clothes or whatever. Oh my god, no, that's really cool. It's not my style. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many people, like, I make some of my own jewelry, but I know that, like, the shit that I like to make for myself, not a lot of people want. You know what I mean? So I can't begrudge people being like, oh my god, that's really cool. It's not my style, though. No, I get it. I wear earrings the size of my head, for fuck's sake. Like, not everyone's going to wear giant earrings. Some people like tiny, delicate. I'm not into that. I might see something like, oh my god, that's so beautiful, but it's not my style, so I wouldn't wear it. But I don't think I'd be like, oh my god, no. I mean, like, your stuff's, like, fine and all, but if you could, like, oh my god, but, like, it's just your name. I just want your name. Like, Bob does come across a little douchey. But, Ryuki, not everyone's gonna like your particular style. But the guy was like, I mean, your stuff, but I mean, like, it's just your grandmother. But, like, I guess because your name's attached to it. So, I mean, I can see that. And being like, you're not into my style, but you want me to make it just because of my name? Like, fuck you, dude. Like, but literally lit him on fire. Holy shit. Shit, Ryuki. Wow. Kind of like on the fence here. Like, Bob was being a dick, but I think Ryuki one-upped him in that department. Jesus. He left. We just stared as he stormed out and slammed the door behind him. After a few seconds, Bob's shoulders started to shake. That was so cool. Huh? Did you hear what he said? Now that's what I call a designer. Amazing. Magnificent. Bravo. Okay, well, Bob's a moron, but sure. But I guess I shouldn't have said it if it could be any I guess I shouldn't have said it could be any Keisain, huh? I guess that could be seen as kind of rude. Kind of? Sure. Hey, you know what? At least Bob realized it was kind of rude. That's still sort of progress. Of course it was rude! Bob, you really need to fix your bad habit of just saying whatever comes to mind. But I just couldn't hold back after meeting Norie Keisain's grandson in the flesh. I sure messed up this time, though. Norie. Ryuki was genuinely angry this time. I should go and apologize to him. I'm the one who asked him about Keisain's plans without considering how that might make him feel. I should really go after him. I'm sorry, but I need to get going too. Oh, okay, well, thank you for asking about Keisain for me. If the brand creator's own grandson doesn't know anything, then I guess there really is no plan to make tuxedos. Hearing how sad the news made him, I quickly stepped in. Oh, well, all he said was that he doesn't know anything that hasn't already been announced to the media. He mentioned that sometimes they might be working on something and just decided to put a stop to it. Oh, really? I see. I guess that's not a surprise, considering how strict Norie Keisain is. I'll just have to pray to the gods to bring me a miracle. Oh Lord, oh Buddha, oh Cupid, please let Keisain release a tuxedo. Why Cupid? My face was also like, really, Cupid? I was waiting for her to say something. Why Cupid? Because it's for our wedding, I guess? His voice is all getting all over the place now, but in that case, I feel like praying to Juno would be better. After all, Juno is the goddess of marriage. Cupid is just the harbinger of love. Sorry. I don't. No. Okay. I dropped my remote. I was like, I dropped it, and then I clicked the button. I was like, fuck. Juno would be better. Juno's the goddess that managed Cupid. It's just the harbinger of love. Okay, I didn't skip anything. But for some reason, the human world seems to know more about Cupid than Juno. True. Anyway, I need to go find Ryuki and apologize to him. For me and for Bob. Mostly Bob, but a little bit me. He mentioned that he had to head to his boutique in an hour, so I can probably find him there. Well, if you'll excuse me.
Oh, of course.
If you see Mr. Keisain, could you apologize to him for us? Honestly, this is all Bob's fault. Of course, I'll take care of it. I gave a quick bow and headed out of the cafe. I glanced behind me and saw the happy couple pull out a pamphlet and excitedly start looking through it. After leaving Happy Forest Cafe, I headed straight to Ryuki's boutique. Ryuki! I recalled that it was on 7th Avenue, so I passed Cupid Core and tried to remember exactly where the store was. Eventually, I turned a corner and there it was. Ryuki! I love being in here. It's so bright and colorful. I love how they just put the ties or scarves or whatever. There's just one on a shelf. Just one! Just one. Although the pants in the background, Ryuki, what the fuck? They're just blue pants. Anybody can make blue pants. Hello? Oh, welcome. I took a tentative step inside, but I didn't see Ryuki anywhere. Huh, I guess he's not here yet. I took a look around the store and a few pieces in particular caught my attention. So Ryuki designed everything in here, huh? Everything was very chic, combining traditional Japanese patterns with modern Lost York design aesthetic. Sounds fun. It was all men's clothes, so I couldn't wear anything there, but I'd definitely be interested in women's versions.
Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
A staff member had appeared from the back. It's probably a girl, because is Mr. Keisain available? I was hoping to speak with him.
You wish to speak with our sole designer? Well,
what are you doing here? Out of nowhere, Ryuki also appeared from the back. He shot me an icy gaze. The glare was so cold I thought I'd freeze right there on the spot. Yep, he was definitely angry. Beat around the bush. No, just straight up apologize, I'm assuming. Yes. I let out a sigh of relief. At least he was willing to come out and see me. I bowed as a way to begin my apology. Stop! No! You stop! I just wanted to apologize for earlier. I'm really sorry for being so rude. It was wrong for me to come to you just because she's your grandmother. Really, I'm sorry. I bowed again, but when I looked back up, he had a look of surprise on his face. Why are you apologizing? Well, I was the one that brought it up, so... Oh, and of course, my clients asked me to apologize for them, too. They realized that they were asking for too much. I see. To be clear, I'm not angry at you. Oh, lovely. That man did rub me the wrong way, but what I said to him was worse, and all out of spite. Aw, Ryuki, you realize you were being a dick. That's kind of lovely of you. Spite? He quickly shifted his gaze away from me. It seemed like he immediately regretted what he had said. Maybe because, the guy's like, oh, I mean anybody, but, your grandmother, and it's like, you're not appreciating Ryuki for the work he does. It's only because he's related to his grandmother. You know what I mean? I can get it. I'm not allowed to make clothes under the Keisain name. He had a look of frustration on his face as he spoke. Why, your grandmother doesn't think you're good enough? Because your clothes are amazing. Hello, this is fabulous. I love the fucking vest thing going on. Is that a vest over a kind of a crop top over the, sparkly shirt? The yellow dots. Okay, well, we've got the jacket with these zipper sleeves. But I mean, do you look like that... Okay, it's purple in the light, but it could be black, whatever. But with, the zipper, the ring zipper, and the, pocket things. That looks like a vest. Yeah, no, because it's even got a shadow. So it's like a vest over, the blue... words! I wish I could point at it. But the blue, the pink, the gray, that, is almost like a top underneath the vest. And then underneath all of that is that, that sheer polka-dotted freaking number. I mean... It's like layers, but like, girl, you're doing your layers beautiful. I like it. He had a look of frustration on his face as he spoke. He squinted his eyes and stared out the store window, as if perhaps trying to see his grandmother in Japan. I mean, dude, the guy doesn't have to wear a tuxedo. Look at that freaking jacket in the back. That's fabulous. Wear that. She keeps rejecting my designs. She says they aren't good enough for her, which is why I created a brand of my own. I think your designs are good enough, sweetie. She said she was fine with me doing whatever I wanted with Ryuki, as long as I didn't use the Keisain name. Naturally, my name got exposure thanks to Parasite House, but it's not like I meant for it to be an official release or anything. But I'm sure she doesn't think my Ryuki designs are good enough either. Nothing I've made is worthy of the Keisain name. She's just jealous. Because you see color so perfectly. And you can't. And then that guy shows up and says anyone with the Keisain name is good enough, and then Oh. I want to pat him on his little head, but he's apparently very tall. He just doesn't seem it. He just seems very petite here. Without warning, Ryuki snaps out of his rant. He quickly shifted his gaze away from me. It seemed like he immediately regretted what he had said. Anyway, I doubt Keisain will actually release a tuxedo. My grandmother told me she has no interest in the bridal market. So you can let that Keisain fanboy know that his wish isn't likely to come true. And now then, I really need to get back to work. Okay. Ryuki took the papers he'd been holding and placed them on the counter. It was a rough sketch of the men's yoga outfit he'd been working on. Oh, is this the same design from before? Yes, but it was essentially useless once I put it into action, so I'll need to start from scratch. Look at all these different patterns he sketched. He really is dedicated to his craft. Are these the other designs you're trying to choose from? I let my curiosity get the better of me, and Ryuki acted annoyed as usual. But then he looked at me more seriously. So, which one do you like? Which one? I never would have expected Ryuki to ask for my opinion on something like this. I know we're over, but it's fine. Noticing the surprised look on my face, Ryuki blushed just a bit. As you saw, there were only women at the yoga session today. Despite its overall popularity, I don't think many guys are into yoga, so the design should have a strong feminine mystique. I see. It's probably pretty common to only see one or two guys at a yoga event, just like with Ryuki today. So it's probably to get a woman's perspective on the design. To make sure a guy wouldn't be embarrassed to wear it in front of them. Of course, I'm no professional, so I'm not sure how much my input is worth, but I feel like it's important to tell what I think. Just tell me which one you like. It's just your personal opinion, after all. Well, in that case, I guess I like this one right here. What? The most simple one. Seriously? It has no style, no flair. I was just gonna throw it away. But the other designs are a little too feminine. They don't really balance against what I was wearing very well. Balance? The idea is that they should look good as a pair, right? But all of these other designs for the guy feel a little too strong. I feel like wearing something that stands out even more than what the girl is wearing might make them both feel kind of awkward. You're not going to do well dating Ryuki if you think that he should tone it down, because he is going to stand out. I'm sorry, but I need a man like Ryuki. Like, you wear clothes that are crazier than what I am. Yes. You have, sweetie, you rolled around in the flare bucket. You have all the flair. I dig it. I mean, I also dig Shelby and his suits. Suits, flare, pick a lane. I don't care. Either one. Okay. Sexy suits. Vests? Yes. You got a vest on, bitch? I'm there. That's enough. But, like, I got all dressed up for the occasion in my t-shirts and jeans. Could you at least throw a vest on with that shit? A hat? Something? Like a necklace? Or, I don't know. Something else to go with that? I don't know. I just need a little bit of flair in my life, okay? Just like, so, you know, Ryuki's a lot of flair. But we're gonna look crazy when we go out, but fine. I'm all for that. So, when I reminded him what the actual request was, he groaned and slapped his forehead. You're right, of course. I designed the outfit by itself, which clearly wasn't the right move. Plus, any guy who does yoga probably has a particular interest in health and fitness. Our members who care about that are pretty mindful about how they look and pay extra attention to what they wear. So yoga clothes with a manly touch could work better, since other people might think it looks cool. So an outfit that emphasizes a male's silhouette rather than focusing solely on functionality. Then how about this? Ryuki quickly sketched another design. This one did in fact have a more manly feel to it, on top of retaining its functionality. Wow, this looks great! I really like it! I see. Then I'll get started on this one. As he started to gather the various designs to put them back in the folder, one came loose and floated to the floor. Huh? Is this a woman's outfit? Before I could get a good look, Ryuki quickly snatched it from my hand. What? It was just something I was designing for you. Get out of here. It's just a little something that came to me earlier when he was staring at my boobs. Yeah. Cupping them gently. Feeling the seams. Sure, that's what they're calling it. But obviously we don't carry women's clothes, so it's not like I'd make it anyway. You should. He crumpled the paper up into a ball before I could try and steal another peek at it. He didn't need to do that. Ryuki is a perfectionist, so I guess he didn't want me to see it before it was finished. That's where you should be like, but you should! Some of like your patterns and stuff would be awesome on women's clothes, and I would totally wear them. Can I actually buy that suit jacket? Because I'd wear the fuck out of that. Ryuki working on a woman's design. Can't help but wonder what he could come up with. And by the way, do you do yoga a lot? Huh? Oh, no, not at all. Claris did convince me to try, Bikram yoga? Is it Bikram yoga? I don't know, anyway. Once, but other than that, I feel like they did, like, the Lost York thing, because is it Bikram yoga? I feel like that's not exactly right. It's either my brain not remembering it or the game being like, Lost York, and like cheese toes instead of Cheetos. You know what I mean? Like, doing weird shit like that. And that flexibility of yours is going to waste. Yoga can help you keep fit and trim. You should keep going with it. Hi. Okay. Going to waste? Was that a compliment? Hi, I know. Shush. I'm sure that's what he said. I guess that's the closest he can come to praising someone. But that cold stare of his makes it hard to be sure of anything. Okay. That's a long scene. Won't you try to bite my headset? My headset's on my head before you got here. Jerk. You'd be mean. Ooh, new chapter. See his background. LY Wedding Collection. Anyway, so I'm going to stop here, and yeah. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.